Hi guys, what's going on? My name is Frosty Apple and welcome back to week 2 of our team builder. Now, I had just recorded this, but apparently my microphone is stupid. So, God, I hate this headset. You'd think you spend $150 on a headset, you'd think it would work properly. No, that would be just way too freaking easy. But, anyways, get rid of this, and I don't even have his team up anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys are going to see a little thing there. I'm so not happy right now. I'm so not happy. Okay, so, but I'm here with week 2, RBL. As you guys saw last week, we didn't do very well, and mostly my fault. I'm not gonna lie. I screwed the pooch pretty hard on some of those moves, and I rushed when I should have used my head a little bit more, and I over predicted as well. So that is my fault for that. But now we're back, and week 2, the weeks will go on. And now we're getting into week 2, and this week we play Mighty Quinn 630, whose link will be down in the description below to his YouTube channel. And he has a pretty good team, and he is the coach of the Baltimore Ravias. I had to think about it for a second. He has a good team. He has Mega Gordivar, Lucario, Latios, Doublade, Swampert, Mandibuzz, Go-Goat, Frostlass, Houndoom, Ampharos, Swellow, and Rhyperior. So he does have a pretty well-rounded team. He has 2 Rock Setters. He has, I think, 3 Defoggers. Yes, he has 3 Defoggers. So he has ways of getting rid of rocks, which is fine because I'm not actually bringing rocks this time. So I'm just going to go for pure adulterated power. So while he uses a move to set up his rocks, I'm going to go for damage. I'm going to come straight at Mighty Quinn. I'm coming at you, Quinn. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. So this team was built to help with this, and mostly it is my buildings, except for I did make a couple of changes, and Charizard, our Dragonite, is also helped thanks to Gmars, the assistant coach of the Minneapolis Mammoth Swines. Thank you so much, Gmars, for helping me out and helping me build. I couldn't get a hold of at the time. I couldn't get a hold of my assistant coach, and he's actually busy. But we did do a mock battle, and actually the battle went very well. But other than that, biggest weaknesses I saw: Earth, huge Earth weakness, also huge Ice weakness. So I tried to cover those as much as humanly possible, and I also tried to cover so that way I could pretty much go for anything and try to take him out. And I do need to be careful because he does have a grass immunity in Go-Goat with being Sap Sipper. He also has an immunity to normal with the ghost types. He also has decent resistances, but he can also cover a lot of moves. He covers a lot of areas. This week I'm expecting him to bring Lucario, Latios, and 50% chance of bringing Gardevoir. I could definitely see him not bringing Gardevoir just because I have a lot of threats that threaten Gardevoir, especially if I bring a Scarfer. And so I could see him maybe leaving Gardevoir on the sidelines this time just because he might want to bring something else instead of Gardevoir. But I can't see him actually possibly bringing it. I do actually see possibly Rhyperior. I do see Swampert or Rhyperior coming. One of those two. I do see one of those two coming. I also, for some reason, I don't know why, I see Frostlass coming. Ugh. If I do not see Frostlass in the team matchups, I will be extremely happy because that puts me at so much advantage right there. So with that, we're going to get into it. I'm going to start at the bottom because our Charizard is specially built and I want to get into it. So our first one is going to be Tuesday, our Slowking. It is an Assault Vest pivot. So he is almost max attack to keep him at a non-number of HP. Max special attack with a special attack nature. It's a modest nature. He is rocking 4 damaging moves that cover a lot and do a lot of damage, and he covers a lot of that. Scald, that takes care of, pretty much that can pretty much half-life a Lucario and do an extreme amount of damage to Lucario, especially if I get the burn, because now Lucario does nothing to me. Also, this one-shots Houndoom. It does a decent amount of damage and has possibilities of burns. I want burns. I want the hacks. I want the hacks to come through on us. So, Scald, great move. Grass Knot, almost, I'm pretty sure, just about one-shot Swampert and does about 85% to Rhyperior. So I am definitely going to be wary on using Grass Knot. They are very heavy mons, so it does do quite a bit of damage, especially if I weaken it first, then bring him in, then bring it in and use it as a revenge to take it out. Because as soon as the walls are gone, my wall breakers are going to go off, and they're going to go off on normal Pokemon. So he's also going to be rocking Fire Blast for Lucario, also for Blade. This will do lots of damage to both. I believe it one-shots a Lucario, and I believe it does Half-Life to a Blade with Eviolite. So it does do quite a bit of damage. I believe it also one-shots Go-Goat, but so does Ice Beam. Ice Beam almost one-shot. I believe one-shots Go-Goat. It also does an extreme amount of damage to Swallow. It does, I believe it just about one-shots Latios, and it does an extreme amount of damage as long as it is not a special defense variant to Mandibuzz. And even Mandibuzz, I believe, takes 30 some odd % from it. So, I mean, he can out-roost me, but I will also have a lot of moves, especially if I can get burns, because then I can sit there and spam Ice Beam, and he'll pretty much just be roosting back the damage I do, and he will run out of roost before I run out of Ice Beams or other moves to hit him with, because then I can just switch over to Scald and let him burn off roosts until I can take out the Mandibuzz. I am pretty sure that Mandibuzz is coming, and if it does come, I'm pretty sure it's a Defogger. Because I don't see him wasting a move spot on Latios for T-Fog, unless he's bringing some sort of attack variant Mandibuzz. Possibility, don't know. So I like the set. He is going to have an extreme amount of special defense. I don't see him bringing a trick user, because I don't see why he would want to trick my Slowking, maybe. Especially because once he sees I don't have leftovers, I'm not sure if he's going to know what it's going to be. So I don't see him using trick or anything like that. So this is going to be our Slowking. He's going to do an extreme amount of damage. He's going to be able to pivot. He's going to be able to come in and put Mons on edge to force and keep momentum working for us. And that is exactly what I want. I want to keep the momentum going, and I want to keep the pressure going. I want to pressure him into making that misplay that is going to cost him the match. That is our goal this week with this team. Now, with our second Mon, we're bringing Rape and Pikachu, our Emboar. It's the first time we're bringing him. He is going to be my wall breaker. He is a physical wall breaker. He has everything he needs to pretty much annihilate anybody. And with the Scarf, the speed EVs is just enough. With the Scarf, I don't know why he can't get to 120. If he could get to 120, that would give me just enough. But with the Scarf, he does get to, I believe it's 181, which outspeeds everything but Swellow. It even outspeeds Frostlass, because Frostlass speed Timid is 176. So he outspeeds everything. Everything on my opponent's team unless he brings a Scarfer except for Swallow. He also does an extreme amount of damage, and Flare Blitz does an extreme amount of damage through recoil. Head Smash, I believe if it connects, one-shots a Latios at full health. If it's Timid Life Orb set, it one-shots. Sucker Punch does an extreme amount of damage. It's also used to pick off Mons that are low for revenge killing. And then my last one was Earthquake. Since he had a lot of Earth weaknesses, I wanted to have an extra Mon that had Earthquake, so I am saving this for when I absolutely have to use it. Once everything in the air is gone, Earthquake becomes the click and kill ability, because there's nothing else. So as soon as Latios, Swellow, or Mandibuzz goes down, boom. I can then bring him in, he Scarfs, he outspeeds, I can Earthquake and start wrecking shop on everything that's in sight. So I believe this is going to be a good set for us. This is going to help us get past his walls, especially if he brings in Rhyperior. Rhyperior will not take an Earthquake very well, especially, or a Flare Blitz. Even Flare Blitz, I think, still does 35% to it. So, I mean, I'm not going to stay in at that point, but I can then bring in somebody else like Tuesday or Princess or Jellicent, and then he can have, that will allow me to keep the momentum, forcing the switch, and allowing me to get a free Scald off. And everything on this team does not appreciate Scald. So, other than that, alright, so next in line, we're bringing our Easy Bake for the first time, our Rotom Heat. This is Easy Bake. He is a special defense variant with a little bit of defense investments just to eat a couple of physical hits should he need to. He has just enough HP to survive, I believe it's 4, he can switch in 4 times on rocks as long as he takes no damage. He will have Volt Switch. This will allow me to turn. Overheat one-shots Lucario, also does about I believe it's 55-60% to an Eviolite Blade, and also one-shots Frostlass. Frostlass can't really touch it. Even with Shadow Ball, it does minimal damage to me. And then we're also going to be rocking Hidden Power Grass. This is also to take on Swamperts and Rhyperior. So if Rhyperior should come in And you know, if I try to volt switch and then Rhyperior comes in and he's weakened down to like 30-40%, I can then hit Hidden Power Grass, and that should take care of that Rhyperior. And as soon as like I said, as soon as the walls are out of the way, then everything is okay. So I'm still a little iffy about the HP investments, but I think 151 should be good enough. It's pretty decent, not the best, but it's still pretty decent. And then Pain Split's just for reliable recovery, so I'm happy with that. I can actually Pain Split that Rhyperior right off the bat and at least take it down 20% right off the bat. Next, we're bringing our Scizor, our Choice Banded Scizor. This is one of my favorite sets to use. It is an extreme damaging wall breaker. I thought about maybe using Mega Scizor with Sword Stance because it's such a disgusting set, and then Bullet Punch at +2 does an extreme amount of damage, but Choice Banded Scizor does an extreme amount of damage too. So at this point he has 300 attack. That is ridiculous. That one-shots Frostlass. It does an extreme amount to Lucario still. It one-shots Gardevoir. It does, I believe, 75% to Latios. So if Latios puts himself down to 50%, Bullet Punch absolutely annihilates it. Doublade walls us pretty good, but with Knockoff, we do an extreme amount of damage with Knockoff, and once the EV Light is gone, there's not much he can do about taking Knockoffs after that. And so Mandibuzz takes a decent amount of damage. Everybody takes a decent amount of damage from Bullet Punch. Bug Bite, one-shots Go-Goat. It also does a decent amount of damage to Mandibuzz because it's a neutral hit. So Mandibuzz takes, I think, like 65% if it's a special defense variant. Even defensively, I think it takes like 50. So it like two-shots a Mandibuzz. So if I go for Bug Bite, he switches in Mandibuzz, and Mandibuzz is like 75%. Bug Bite will take it out. Bug Bite will do damage to it, but I also need to be careful because Foul Play could get us killed with this. So I need to be careful for foul plays, especially with Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is one of my biggest concerns in this match. So other than that, he's going to have U-turn for turning, knockoff just to get a knockoff off. I need to be very careful not to hit Lucario with it, because if I do hit Lucario with it, he's going to get the boost. So I plan on only using knockoff once Lucario is gone. Once Lucario is out of the way, I can knock off freely without ever having to worry about Lucario. And I definitely expect him coming this week. So other than that, next we're bringing in our defensive wall. This is Jellicent, our Princess Jellicent. Anybody who gets the reference to which anime I'm talking about, 5 cool points for you. So this is our female Princess Jellicent. It's going to be rocking Will-O-Wisp, Scald, Shadow Ball, and Recover. I am uncertain whether Shadow Ball will be the final move. I'm thinking about changing it out for Nightshade just to do the 50 damage, to guarantee the 50 damage every time, because sometimes Shadow Ball gets resisted and Mandibuzz can out-roost me. But Shadow Ball also does have the chance for a Spadef drop, and I'm always about Spadef drops. So it's going to be full Bold Nature, 252 HP, 252 HP, 252 defense. Will-O-Wisp then makes it almost extremely difficult to hit it because there's not much you're going to do. Foul Play actually does nothing to this. In a mock battle with my assistant coach yesterday, Foul Play did nothing because the attack difference between the two of us was minimal at best. So this thing can eat that. I saw this thing even from a Doublade. It ate a Night Slash crit from Doublade and still stayed alive. And that was with, and then I got Will-O-Wisp on, and then from there, Night Slash did nothing after that. So once Will-O-Wisp was up, I was able to go in. I was able to be okay. I out recovered him and just let the burn take him out. So it was a really good match. And it was a lot of learning. So I do know that with Rock Paper here, I was going to have Archeops, and I was going to use a Suicide lead set for getting rocks up, but he has 3 defoggers. So even if I get it up, if I lose Archeops and then he defogs, I'm now in a bad spot because that's just a wasted time and a wasted use of a mon. So I felt that Rock Paper, Choice Banded Rock Paper was going to be a lot better. Now, for our last one, I give you the collaboration from the from the assistant coach of the Minnesota Mammoth Swines and myself, G Mars. Thank you so much for this. I really can't wait to see if this actually goes off, and I'm extremely excited to be able to use it. This is Charizard, our Dragonite. Now, he is also going to be rocking the weakness policy like he did last week. Small variation. As you can see, the EV spread is absolutely all over the board. This was intentional. This EV spread is definitely intentional. The moveset is all over the board. But with this, with one Dragon Dance, I outspeed everything but Frostlass and Swallow. So if I get Dragonite with one Dragon Dance, I outspeed everything on his team except for Frostlass and Swallow. Which is fine, because Frostlass does minimal damage. Well, Frostlass one-shots me with Ice Beam, but I'm really, you know, I'm not going to bring this in against a Frostlass anyways. So, with that, if I do not see Frostlass, I will be extremely excited, because then that will give me a more than good possibility of leading with Dragonite. The moveset for this is going to be Earthquake, Ice Beam, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Dance. Now, with Dragon Dance, what I'm hoping is to be able to get one, possibly two Dragon Dances off. If I get two Dragon Dances off, nothing outspeeds me, unless it's Scarfed. Scarf Latios outspeeds, Scarfed, I don't even think Scarf, unless it's Jolly, because it's 151, was the speed tier for Lucario. Was Scarf that would put me, no, he'd be he would outspeed me by 1 point. So Scarf Lucario is a possibility, but I don't see him doing it. No, that was Jolly Nature. He would never run a Jolly Nature. I would always run an Adamant Nature Lucario, because especially physical, unless he goes for the special set, to where that's not really gonna matter. Earthquake one shots it anyways. But anyways, I outspeed everything except for Choice Scarf Latios at +2 speed, and I'm hoping to, if that were to happen, and I were to get two Dragon Dances off and then Weakness Policy procs, that puts me at +4, +2, +2. Which is an insane number to be at, and that pretty much almost guarantees a sweep. If I get that high, even Extreme Speed hitting Lucario does, at +4, I believe it does 85 to 96% at +4. And I would outspeed, so I would hit him first. Earthquake, guaranteed one shot. Earthquake at +2 one-shots Gardevoir. Ice Beam at +2 one-shots Latios. Earthquake does an extreme amount of damage at +2 to Blade. Without EV Light, it one-shots. I believe Ice Beam and Earthquake both do around 65-70% damage to the Swampert, but if the Swampert is weakened to that point, like I'm hoping it will be, I can then take it out. Mandibuzz takes... Mandibuzz, I think it's two-shotted, because it does, I believe, 65 to 70%, so he can't out-roost the Ice Beam damage. Plus, Extreme Speed does, I believe, another 75 to 80% damage at +2 to +4, somewhere around that. I think it was +3 is what we had it marked at. So pretty much, this thing rips through an entire team. It can one-shot a Frostlass if it outspeeds, because Earthquake will take it out at +3. It takes out everything. This thing handles anything it needs to be. So if I get to either +3, +2, +2, or no, I'm sorry, it would be 4, 2, 2, or +3, +2, +1, then even at that point, he becomes extremely difficult to deal with, especially if he doesn't have Frostlass, because Frostlass is his way of not getting Extreme Speed at half to death. So I can go in, I can Earthquake. Even if I take some damage from Lucario, I would have to be at like 30%, but if I'm at 30%, I'm not chancing an Extreme Speed from Lucario to begin with. So I'm going to Extreme Speed to weaken his Lucario, and that way I can bring in then Easy Bake, or I can bring in Rape Pigage to finish the job. So, with this team, I'm extremely excited. Know that nature is not a miss thing. That is an actual nature that we're going to use. I'm bringing a serious nature Charizard. I'm dead serious. I didn't want to lose any of my defenses, and so I gave up my bonuses in order to keep this the way it is. So this is going to be a very interesting set, a very interesting week. Mighty, I want to win. I want to win this week. I'm looking at you right now through this webcam and through this, and letting you know I want the win. I want to win this league. I want to be the best, like no one ever was. It's so hard to say that without smiling. I want to win, and so I am bringing my team to you. I know you want Ruby to come. I know you want Black and Purple, your Roserade, to come, but unfortunately I couldn't bring her this week. If we get a rematch, I will bring it. I promise you that. But as it is, I want to win, and I am ready to come and bring it to you. So, if you guys enjoyed please like, comment, subscribe as always. Now remember, Mighty Quinn's YouTube will be down in the description below. And other than that, I think I'm going to wrap this up right now. So, have a great day, you guys. And I will see you in our next video. And remember, stay frosty, my friends, alright?